You're watching Focus on South Texas. I'm Eleka Lincoln in for Karen Martinez. This summer, why not make a splash by helping out those in our community who could use an extra hand? Joining us this morning to talk about a wonderful partnership between the Medina Children's Home and Splashtown that's rewarding San Antonians for their generosity, Candace Kane along with Walter Williams from the Medina Children's Home. We'll talk about the Arms of Hope campaign, and James Kinney with Splashtown. So thank you so much for being here this morning. Let's start right off the bat with this partnership. I know Fox 29, Fox News First has been working with you guys to help coordinate for the Arms of Hope campaign. Walter, can you tell me what the Arms of Hope campaign is?
Absolutely. We are so excited for this to be in place. We have partnered with Splashtown and Arms of Hope to try to increase our clothing donations, which help the children and single mother families that we're serving at Arms of Hope. And Splashtown has generously offered to give each person bringing a 30-pound bag of clothing 2 free tickets to Splashtown. 2 free tickets to Splashtown.
Yes. It doesn't get better than that. James, I'll ask you about that in just a minute, but I would assume that these items are helping hugely.
They are. It's a huge part of our annual budget. Now, we are privately funded, so we rely heavily on these donations. And the items that are donated get used on campus as needed. And all the items that are left over, which we have a wonderful community, and we always end up with extra things, so we end up reselling them, and the money goes right back into our operational budget, so it helps on various levels.
Let's put some information up on the screen right now, because I want to make sure our viewers at home know what we're talking about, because you still have an opportunity to give. Cooled off by lending a hand, and this is Wednesday, June 30th. Every Wednesday in the month of June, Fox News First has been broadcasting live from the different donation and collection sites. This coming Wednesday, it is going to be right at Splashtown, so we want you to drop your donation off with Sean Stevens, live Fox News First between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. The first 25 people who donate a filled 30-gallon bag full of clothes or gently used household items will get 2 tickets to Splashtown. Head to our website for more information at foxsanantonio.com. James, I want to tell you, how has this been for Splashtown? Why partner up in this manner to help out with this campaign?
Well, for one, San Antonio is a very close community. We like to do a lot of community work in San Antonio. This has been a tremendous opportunity for all of us, to be honest with you, but the response that we've had from our San Antonio community has been amazing. The last Wednesday we did a drive, and I don't know how they got all the bags of clothes in the trailer, to be honest with you. It was great. It was great, and it's going to help so much.
Let's talk about the kind of help that these women and their families are going to be receiving. Candace, you help run the programs.
That's right.
How does this help in a practical way? What is it that you want our viewers to know in terms of how these donations will be used?
Well, for the Medina Children's Home, which is where I'm located with Arms of Hope, we're offering a bridge for these women to have successful lives, and for that to happen, the funding that we get from the sale of the items plus the items that we get themselves just help these women have a normal sort of healthy life. Most of them were on the verge of homelessness and come from domestic violence shelters. So we're giving them an opportunity to get their life together. And once the life of the mother stabilizes, the child's life stabilizes also. So we're impacting generations to come. That's our hope. So we enable them. We have a place for them to stay. We're getting them vocational help. We're getting them counseling. And the clothes are ways for us to help them have things that they don't have. And the funding that we get from the items that we don't use helps them with their education and training. So it's a great fit. We're so thankful for Fox, and we're so thankful for Splashtown, and just enabling us to educate our community and allow them to participate. You know, this is a generous community, and it's obvious from what we've seen happen with this partnership. So
it's a very generous community. You're absolutely right, James. I would imagine you probably see lots of smiling faces on children who pass through Splashtown. How are these smiling faces, or knowing the lives that you guys are impacting, how is this maybe a little bit different?
Well, for one, us being a part of it, and where they've come from to where they are now, the type of help that they receive from these great organizations, a smile is a smile. It's hard to to differentiate, but it's amazing that we can help, and we love to.
And Walter, there are a few things that we want to clarify. First of all, you guys are looking for this 30-gallon bag to be filled with clothes and gently used household items. What you guys don't want is someone who's planning on having a garage sale and has something broken, like a toaster or something like that, that can't be used, and they put that in a bag and bring it in. Yeah. That is not going to get you 2 tickets to Splashtown, my friend. What is it really that you guys are needing, just in terms of the type of clothing, the type of items, just to give our viewers a little bit of guidance? We don't want you like dumping stuff up that needs to be thrown away.
Thank you so much for that, Mila. I really appreciate that. Truly, it would be easier to say the items that we cannot use.
Okay.
So basically anything that's stained or broken, any really large appliance that doesn't work, things along those lines. We don't take mattresses.
Okay.
Anything that's not been used overly, those are the things that we don't need.
Okay.
Anything from purses, belts, books, toys, games, small electronics, clothing, we can take it all.
So the rule of thumb should be, if it's something that you could still use, something that you would appreciate receiving, please consider that for a donation.
Yes.
And know that anything that for whatever reason doesn't get used will then get sold. How do you guys go about doing that? Is there often surplus?
There's always surplus, and that's a complete blessing. We try to keep an ongoing wish list for our campuses, so if a single mother needs a new blender or a gently used blender, and we get one, we'd like to, we have ongoing dialect with the thrift store to give us that item. And so we always end up with more stuff than we can ever use, which is great. And we have to do something with that stuff. So we resell it, and the money comes back to our budget. And the items that don't get sold eventually go to Africa.
Oh, wow. So this is like twofold, not only helping the people in our community, but paying it forward. Let's put this information on the screen one more time. Cool Off by Lending a Helping Hand. It's taking place this coming Wednesday, June 30th, so don't just pencil it in. Put a big circle on your calendar. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., the first 25 people to donate a filled 30-gallon bag full of clothes or gently used household items, stuff that still works, can still be used. Those people will get 2 tickets to Splashtown. Drop your donation off live with our very own Sean Stevens on Fox News First. There are some rules and regulations. All you have to do for the fine print is go to our website at foxsanantonio.com. And I understand, James, that you guys are going to be working to accommodate the generosity of our community by continuing to accept these donations. There may even be a perk here or there, in as long as you get your donation dropped off before 9, right?
Yes. Anytime before 9 o'clock, we want to accommodate you. Last week, like I said, we had such a tremendous outpour of people that came in. We didn't want anybody to show up and not get their tickets, and so we want to accommodate. If they can come by between 7 and 9 o'clock, we will be there. We'll do the best that we can to accommodate you.
And again, Splashtown, in terms of your reasons, you're wanting to help with this, what would you say that is, to sort of in summary?
Again, it's our community. I mean, we are a local family-owned water park. So we live here. This is our family. This is our community. We want to be a part of it. And so anytime we can help, we do. And whether it's televised or not, we want to help. So it's good for us.
And Caitlin, what can you tell us again about how this help really impacts the lives of these families that your program is working to support?
Well, as I said before, I think the financial help that it gives through the sale of the items, but also the items themselves. The fact that if there's things that they don't have that are being provided by the community. I think the other thing that's huge is that the community is providing these things. This isn't some private donor. This is a community pulling together saying, we want to help the marginalized women and children of our area. And obviously it's been a very generous outpouring, so we're very grateful for that.
And Walter, just a few seconds here, but why would you say people should continue to help?
Well, we're in your backyard. We're helping your friends and your family and people that you know or maybe don't know that are in trouble. And we're right here. We're San Antonio. We're about 60 miles northwest between Bandera and Kerrville, and we're real close. So we've been here 52 years, and we're proud privately funded, and we're so thrilled to be part of this wonderful community.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And of course, for everyone at home, if you need that information again, all you have to do is head to our website at foxsanantonio.com, click on news links. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Focus on South Texas.